Good morning, Sun Up on 7 family. It's Monday and it's nothing less than inspiring here in Sun Up on 7, bringing you all the opportunities as summer approaches for parents, for teachers, for students, everybody to engage because it takes a community to make our world develop. So, talking now about summer and more opportunities, we have Inspirational Promotions organizer Mr. Edmond Stain talking to us today about their annual school hair trimming drive, which, as he shared with us during our break, about 350 students benefit from this program. So this is an opportunity not for students to benefit, but also for you, community members that are tuned in to support this initiative. Edmond, before we get into the conversation and learning more about the organization, let's do a check-in. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling tired. I was waking up from early this morning
Okay.
to be here. It's travel from Belmont Pan, so it's very far.
I can
I
imagine.
know. We
However,
appreciate
thank
you being
thank
here
you for
too as
taking
well
the time
because
to-
they're traveling and
Yes.
that early morning that take a toll on some
Yes.
people. But
Thank you.
we're
Thank you so
here.
much
We're
for doing that.
ready to be inspired by this amazing conversation
Yeah,
because
very
it's the
excited.
10th annual. So that makes people know it's been happening, and how can you now be a part of what's happening? How can you now support? So I know you mentioned that, Mr. Brian is actually the coordinator, the person that came
Yeah,
up with this overall thing.
founded it, yeah,
So
yeah.
could you talk a little bit about, that overall partnership? What was the idea behind, Inspirational Promotions?
Very interesting question. Brian was, he took me. His mom took me in when I was kicked out of my house back then as a young kid. So we ended up being very close. And Brian had a workshop in the back of the yard, and they used to always do chain, do arts, do stuff like that. And it just came to the point where we started off Inspiration Arts. And I was learning in school how to do case studies, so I ended up doing a case study on my own community to see what was going on. And what we found out brought Brian and I to tears because we realized that all these young people around us has talent. We have man that could loosen a whole cycle, man that could do construction, man, and they just never know how to use the talent that they have to become economically sustainable for themselves. And even if they become that way, how do they manage the money? How do they, how do they register the business? How do they, so that was some of the gaps that we found. And right after that, Brian was working at Channel 5, and he was a MCO, I believe. And they brought some homeless people on set that he wanted to trim this man so bad before he go on the set, and he came and he told me, boy, I really want to trim this body. And we sit down and say, you know what? You don't know how much picnic that this community must need while you trim for God at school right now. And that's how Brian, he just told me, boy, make a do a trimming drive. And then we just go around and beg people for help. We get clippers from the community, your people in from across the neighborhood and they bring Johnny cake for the picnic because they're kind of hungry. People also stop all the clippers. We get some books from Atlantic Insurance at the time. And we still have the list of the 50 kids when we come in. And most of the kids come back on trim now and come volunteer as a part of the program,
Wow.
So from then, we couldn't stop because all the kids wanted us to continue doing it. And then we brought in the dirty men's, so we always were dealing with the children's home. And then the females said, but wait, those males get here, what about the females? So we hooked up with the girls in from Tourist Village, the ladies from Tourist Village, Ada and Miss Carol and all them one, Sion at the time. And they came in and started doing braiding. So we went from here, cut and braiding.
Wow.
And then we just continue going, and then BTL was first one give us school bags, so we end up give away school bags. And then from then, every year the kids look forward to the school bags. So B&E Trust came in and started to help us. We get school bags up to the last year that we gave away about 350. Aspire for Greatness, I think, gave us 50 bags also last year. And then we grow to even dentistry, because now the Ministry of Health sends a group of dentists to come in and clean the kids' teeth, give them school, so they could have like a toothbrush and stuff for go to school. And we also asked, BFLA came in and did some sexual, reproductive health. They came in and teach kids and so on. So we're trying to ask other people to come in. And so the event just grew into where we have like a full fun day for the kids.
Totally.
Sack race and lime and spoon and everything. And then the B&E crew came out. The owners and the Miss Morris and them came and they interacted with the kids. Then the artists then started to come by because they are our friends, they want to perform for the kids, so
Oh my
that
goodness.
happened in the evening time. So the event has grown to us doing that, from just being on top of the mom's house to being in the field doing what we're doing. The Hislops always give us the location to do it. So
Wow,
this
okay.
year we're begging again, coming to the community, trying to see how we could do it. But it's generally poor people helping poor people. All the rich people in us drive past most of the time. The people in from the community are the ones that will stop and come and show their heart out to the people. And I want to share a story with you guys that we had. We were giving away some food pantry. It was for Christmas packages to the people. And the people who are poor, we know they're poor, we come help them. They take out some of the stuff that they need and they send it to the other people down the street because they know they never have anything to eat for Christmas. So those are the type of things that keep us going. You know, that's why we're here for these kids every year. And we can't stop because everybody, but Mr. Edmond, Mr. Brian, we know how to do the children drive. And the kids, they wait, they look forward to come out to the event.
You don't kind of like instill that this is happening, so they're like supporting it as well.
And it's the, also the value that of letting them know that you see them, you know, that you see them for who they are as a human, and that you're here to address your needs. And man, it's so mind-blowing to think that you sat down and said, let's analyze the situation and let's see what's going here, to see 10 years now and how much it has grown, to all the partnerships. It's really mind-blowing, and it's clearly an initiative that says we can do things for our community. So by all means, tell us, how can we help you?
Well, I mean, right now we need school supplies. That's the first thing that we ask for. I mean, everything else is just miscellaneous, right? It's going to happen. But as long as we have school supplies, the more we have, the more we could give to these kids. We've never gotten more than we needed for every event. I mean, I catch cold every time I tell the stories, but I remember a year we had a Christmas party for the kids, and we had like another group of kids come afterwards that we already, you know, everybody already get the gift. I didn't say the council at the year came and give me 50 gifts, and that was exactly what we needed for the kids that came. Like, every year we get exactly what we need to bless the people. And we just want to ask, you know, whoever's out there, whoever is a big donor, whatever, we don't want money. Just put the thing at E&R, wherever I get the bag then from, we going for the bag then, and we give it to the kids then. Right? Because we don't ask for money. We never ask for money. For the whole 10 years we've been doing this, we actually put our own money into it, you know, to try and make sure it happens, you know. And we're at this point right now where we're starting early. Thanks to Channel 7 for reaching out to us also, you know, that we have the opportunity to get a platform, you know, and ask for support. We need school supplies. So if you guys can reach out to us, you know, we're on Facebook.
Details.
Well, my number is 614-6710, and Brian is 614-43. For the 3.
Gotta double check for his one,
Yeah, he changed phone too much.
And do you have like a social media page?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page. The Facebook page is Inspiration Arts at Facebook, right? And we have like, you see all the videos of the event, all the years that we've been doing it, you know, all the uploads, all the ways coming together, the volunteering, you know, the group, the T-shirts. We get T-shirts from Spell too, you know. So,
oh wow!
Yeah,
so they really get every single thing. These kids get the chance to learn in different forms from so many other people too as well, and the community is helping out. And so you said it's supplies right now, school supplies that you're looking for. You normally have the here, well, it's scheduled for the August 27th and 28th. That is the day that it's scheduled for. So right now, personally, it's just school supplies. How if somebody wants to give anything else? What else can they be able to give, or what can they volunteer to do as well? Is that...
Well, you want to cover the community, because I'm telling you, people stop and bring cupcake. People stop and bring, you know, chips. So we always need water, because water is a thing where it's hot. When these kids come there, you know that they don't eat yet for the morning, you know. So it's good to bring a Johnny cake for the picnic, you know. So whatever it is, you want to pass by and just can share an encouraging word with one of their children. It's going to be needed, because, I mean, I remember one year we had one kid that was giving a lot of trouble, you know, and I was like, pull him on and said, what do you get trouble for, you know? So I talked to the man, you know, he told me, well, you know, he watch for him, kill for him in front of him, all the kids there. And then, of course, he murdered, he packed on a jail, so he ended up at the children's home. You know, and he was also a frustrated kid, you know, and he told me when he grew up, he want to get big so he could kill for him back. What if he kill for him? So that needed intervention immediately, you know. We tried to, you know, reach out to this young man, find a way, like, you know, find a way like football, give the man a ball, but reach out to him. What we got pass back for the man garlic, why is the man there? Well, he stopped the trouble, and one of the family members like carry on that is PS and things, so you know, they develop. And we met them years after, and guys, and you know, every time we passed there, like, hey, Mr. Brian, Mr. Edmond, you know, so you know, those are I'm one of those kids, you know. I'm one of the kids that get kicked out of school, that used to get the most trouble in my whole school. And even when I got a UB, you know, I wasn't one of the easiest children, you know, and I get a break in life to end up getting educated, you know, just through selling weed on the street. I can't pay for school. You know, we never have internet home, we never have computer, we never have Wi-Fi, no anything. So I used to go to my auntie house, wait on that side, wait until she kids finish use computer, then do my SBA, and then try to reach back home in the night. You know, so this is what the kids go through right now. So I understand, I'm one of them, you know what I mean? Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's the least I can do, you know, knowing that I get what break. I come dead, I come to jail, you know, but I didn't know, and other people like me, they don't know. So this is a free chance now. So then kids don't go through what we go through. Situation changed now. It's worse now than back then. You know, the kids have a lower life expectancy now than back then. Yeah. So we're trying as much as possible to see what we could do our small part. And it's going into something more organic, because, you know, I've done my master's thesis as an after-school program that's going to actually vocationalize the area, because we realize a lot of the kids not into school. No, they ain't sending them to school like you to punish them.
Yeah.
You know, so, but they have skills. So skills what they could use for make themselves, sustainable. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that all the young boys have opportunity for know where they go on. If I like do EC and I learn good for that, if I could do a forklift, if I could drive a boat, if I could drive a truck, whatever it is, construction, just get in.
Meet them where they are at, and then give them the opportunities and capacity to reach that point where they need to be.
I got away to bachelor's at UB, and nobody teach me how to register a business, how to manage my money, how to pay social security for my people, and how to nothing, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we need to change how we move. I got through primary school and nobody teach you agriculture in our school.
Yeah.
So we don't know how to plant, we don't know the bush, we don't know how to heal ourselves. You know, we should have a natural healing topic with every class where you know by if a pull or two leaf together and different things.
Like, absolutely
You
right.
stay healthy. So that's the kind of energy we try to inject.
And we love people like you spearheading projects like this because you're definitely, I mean, you're saying, I am one of them. You can see yourself in them. And I feel that's what enriches the programs out there. So for the viewers that are tuning into this conversation, the flyer is on their screen where they can see how they can contact Edmond, Arinthia, how they can contact Brian, contact Julie. All of those folks are waiting for your phone call on how you can supply school supplies, backpacks, books, folders.
And if you just want to just be a part of the team that's getting things coordinated, like you mentioned before, Edmond, it's about us in the community, giving back to our community. If you know you've made it, you know you have some great, advice, you have great coordination skills, you have good link or connections in some kind of way, give it back to people, man. Come on, that's the way how that we make our community
Look out for each other, right?
Look out for each other. And so we thank you so much, Edmond
Thank you, Edmond.
Brian and all your team for making sure it happens. And so with that, we're going to looking forward to our next conversation later on, but with that, for next time. But with that, guys, we go to our commercial break and we're going to be talking about the Teen Summit. So stay tuned for the exciting conversation. We'll be right back.